Let's understand what are the functions available in Oracle 11z. So like we are having some date functions, some analytical functions are there, right? Some expression functions, aggregate functions are there. So we'll have a discussion on SQL functions today in Oracle. Okay, I mean we'll use Oracle 11g here. So let us understand SQL functions are built into Oracle and are available for use in various appropriate SQL statements. Right, so once you are using some SQL statement, you can utilize that functions for some different functionality. Okay, like we are having for date, for finding sum, maximum, minimum. Okay, some average functions, count, lot of functions are there. So functions are similar to the operators in that they manipulate data items and return a result, right? We can make our own functions also in Oracle. So there are some SQL or PLSQL stuff where we can make own function. Functions differ from operators in the format of their arguments, right? These formats enable them to operate on 0, 1, 2 or more arguments, right? So you can notice here, once we make or call functions during call of the functions, we can pass certain number of arguments. It depends. Could be no arguments, right? Could be one argument, two arguments or more arguments. Okay, I just give you an example. Let us say you want to find the maximum salary. I just say here select and I can say max of salary from employee table, suppose. Okay, we can do that. So I'm using one function here, max function, right? So here I'm passing one argument, that is what, sal. Similarly, there are some other functions which has more than one arguments. I will see in details what are that. Okay, so what are the different functions we are having? Like we are having single row functions which return single row. Okay, aggregate function like sum, max, mean, and there are some analytical functions which help you to analyze some of the data of your uh, table, right? So these are the three we will see in details. Okay, what function does? Let us understand the some concept regarding the function first. So function perform calculations or data, right? Modify individual data items, manipulate output for group of rows, right? Format dates, numbers for display. Let us say you're having some date today, current date, what is the system date we are having. We want to represent in different formats. So we have some certain functions. Convert column data types. Okay, I want to change from one data type to another data type. Now, the following are the types of functions: single row function and multi-row functions. So single row functions operate on single row only and return one result per row. Okay, while multiple row functions operate on group of rows and produce one result per group of rows. Okay, so this is the difference between the single row and multiple row. Okay, so for every row one is called, for group maybe one result, right? Well, so I understood the single row and multiple row functions. Now again the function is getting categorized. If we talk about the single row functions, we are having character functions. Okay, we are having number functions, we are having date functions, conversion function. There are some general functions. So these all are the single row functions, and we can use these functions, I mean whatever the functions we are having here, with select clause, where clause, order by, right? So with these three clause we can use these functions. Okay, now single row function, what it does: manipulate data items, accept arguments and return one value. Okay, act on each row return one row per result, right? May modify the data type, can be nested, okay, accept arguments which can be column or an expression. So we can pass some kind of expressions, we can pass some kind of arguments. It's all depends on the requirement, what kind of requirement you're having. Okay, now can you notice here there's one table we are having that is called dual table in the sys. Okay, so I'm saying from dual, you need not to create this dual table, it is a dummy table. So dual is used to a dummy table to display information. So once you want to display some information, let us say you want to display the system date. So what you will write here? Select sys date from dual. You want to see that? Let me try here in front of you only, okay? And this will just convert Oracle to lowercase here, okay? I just show you that one. So let us connect with Oracle. Connect. Username, say here user1. Password is what? Whatever the password you have, just give it that. Okay, connected. So select sys date from what? Dual. So you're getting current date, right? 28 November 12, right? Since my system has this date, so it is getting the system date. You want to say select uppercase, upper of, say I want to convert uppercase. I say here James and Bond, okay? Then you have to use say from dual. This you have to use. So what you are finding here, the whole James Bond, the string which I passed here, it get converted into the uppercase, right? So all character has been converted to uppercase, right? Okay. So I have understood the duals table is a system generated table, right? And contains one row and one column only. So once you say select star from dual, you will get that. Say select star from dual. So only one column and one row, right? One row and one column only. This is the table, dual table. If you say describe dual, look it here. It's saying dummy and type is varchar 2. Size is 1, so it is displaying 1 here, right? Only one characters. Well, so you understood this. What is a dual table? It's a dummy table which help you to display information, right? Good. Now we'll understand some more function here. What are the other functions we are available? You understood what is a function here, right? So single row character functions accept character data as input and can return both characters and numerics. So character functions can be divided into the following: case manipulation functions, character manipulation functions. So case manipulation means you want to convert to uppercase, lowercase. So you can notice here I have a lower. I have just used these upper functions, right? Init cap means first letter should be capital for each word and lowercase for all other letters, right? So if this is the text, then this will get capital, the first letter of each and every word, right? So understood these three functions here. This is what case manipulation function. You can see the example here. Select lower hello. So all the characters displaying in lowercase here. See the output. Here all the characters are displaying in the uppercase. Here first letter is only capital, right? Okay. Yeah. Another is the character manipulation functions. So concat. Let us say you want to concatenate the first character values to the second character value. So we have a concatenate function here, or we say concat. Substr returns the specified characters from the character starting at position and retrieving the next n characters. If n not specified, retrieves to end of the field. If n negative, counts backward from end, right? So we can pass this some kind of value here, and we can pass some expression or some column. It will extract that particular. Let us say you're having first name and last name, that you want to extract first name only. Okay, you can just get it. Length, you can find how many characters in the string or characters, right? So these are very normal functions. In str returns the numeric position of named string. Okay, so where is that characters available in that particular string, that we can say in str. R pad, it's a right padding, and left padding is there. So if you are having 5 characters, you want to display, you are having 5 characters but you want to display under the 10 character sections. Okay, so if it is a 5, other 5 will display with some other symbols or some space or hyphen like that. Okay, so that is what R padding and left padding here we are having. I'll have example, I'll explain that. And trim enables a trim heading or trailing from characters string. So something you want to trim, some characters you want to trim, you can use here trim function. And what is the next? Replace. Text search a string and replacement a string. In this text, I want to, this is the search string, I want to replace a string here. So search a text expression for a character string, and if found, replace it with a specified replacement string. Okay. Chr, it will give you the ASCII numbers, returns the character based on the ASCII number. So if you pass 65, you will get A, character A, right? If you pass 66, you will get B. That is what char functions. If you say ASCII, you will get the ASCII code of that. Let us say you pass A, you will get how much? 65, right? Okay, so sorry, just we'll see the next one. We understood this. Next is concat. Look at this example here. Concat hello world. So we are passing two string here, right? So hello and word two string. So I'm getting one string hello world. Substr hello world 1 5. So get characters from first to 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So only hello I'm getting here. Length hello world. How many characters in this? So answer is 10. In str hello world w. Now w is where available in this, on what position? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So w is on position 6, so I'm getting 6 here. Here is the L padding, say salary 10. So what we are saying, salary, whatever the salary, get it from the column. 10 means the total character should be 10. If salary is say coming 5,000 like this, or say 4,000, then another 6 digit will display with this star, right? Like this. This is what L padding. This you can keep anything here, it's up to you. Similarly, R padding, the star is getting displayed right side. If it is more 0, then it will display here and you will be having 4 star here. That is what right padding. Now trim H from hello world. So this H will get trim and you will be having ELLO world, right? Another function, numeric function. We understood the character function now, right? Next is the numeric function where we have a round, truncate, modulo operator is there, modulo function is there. So round means if you are having some number, you want to round it to some digit, okay, just you can use this function. Truncate means I don't want to round, I just truncate from this digit. So truncates the column expression or value to n decimal places. If n is omitted, to no decimal places. If n is negative numbers, to the left of the decimal point are truncate to 0. Okay. Modulo, it will find the modulo of m or n. If I say here 5 by 2, so modulo is how much? 3, right? Now you can see the example here. Select round. The value is what? 45926. I want to round from decimal 2 position. This is my 2 position, right? So now we have to see this one. How much it is? Is it 5 or above 5? If it is 5, then this second digit will get increased. If it is below 5, it will not increase it. So you are getting here 93. Truncate 45.926. Truncate means just truncate this digit. I want only 2 digit from decimal. Don't do rounding and all. Okay. Modulo 1600 by 300. Just divide it. 300 to 1600. How much? It's 5 times, right? So what is the remainder? Remainder is 100. So it returns the remainder only. Okay. Understood. Now we are having date function. So we can do some operation on date function here. Okay, so we'll see that where it was. Okay, here. No, 1 minute. Yeah, we done this one. Now the date function here. So the date function, Oracle stored dates in an internal numeric format. Century, year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds. The default date display is DD and month and Y. So that is the default date here. Can you notice that? I just show you my statement which I have written here. Remember, 28 November 2012. So it is giving DD and MON means month name and then date. Okay. So sysdate is a function returning date and time. Just we have seen, right? Select sysdate from dual. We have done that one, right? You understood this one. You understood this one. So sorry. Dual is dummy table used to view sysdate. You can see select sysdate from sys.dual. You can simply write dual also, not a problem. Okay. So sys is the user actually, sys user. Now let us understand some other function. We are having next day function, last day function, add months. So next day function finds the next date, that is the specified date of the week. For example, next day, say 15 October 1998 Sunday, right? So find the first Sunday following October 15, right? That is what next day. Last day, You want me to try? Just I just use it. Let us say select next underscore day, and then I can pass here the current date. So current date, let us say the seize date, okay, comma, and then I say I just say Sunday only. So it is generating error here. I have not used here from dual, right? So what you are finding here, seize date. So today is say I just find the seize date here. Says seize date. What is the current date here? So current date is the 28th November 2012, and I am saying that current date 28. When is the Sunday? Next day. So Sunday is on the 2nd December, right? Are you getting? 2nd December is the Sunday. And this is today's Wednesday. Okay. So it is finding the date for that. Similarly, last day, find the date of the last day of the month that contains the data specified. So if I give today, what is the last day of month? That I can get it from the last day here. Add months. Say the current date, I want to add 2 months here. So it will go in January, not November, right? So December and January, it will go in January. So it will add just 2 months in the existing one. So see, 15 October, I'm adding 2, so now I'm getting the 15 December, right? Okay, so this is the date function now. There are some other function like months between. How many months between these two date, date 1 and date 2? So I can pass November and say 98, uh, sorry, 30th November and 15th November, right? So it is saying 0.5, it's a half, right? Similarly, I can say round date. Round the date to the unit listed in the format model. So whatever the format I specify here, it will display in that format, okay? So what is happening here? 20th October 98. It is returning 1st November 98. If no format is specified, rounding is to the nearest day. Round sys day returns the current date till noon and the next day afternoon. Okay. Truncate date format like round except truncates to the format unit specified. So if I say truncate 28 October, okay. So whatever the October dates 28, it is getting truncated and getting the 1st October. Okay. Now you can see the output here. It is just returning months between, so it is giving some numbers, numeric values. If you say add months, you can add the month here. 6 month I want to add, so January to it is become July now, right? So sorry, here it is a 19.6, so it is finding months between, right? Next day from 12 that I given to you, right? And that this example, last day of the month, so February is 20th, so I'm getting 28th February, right? So these are the date functions which we can use to just format our dates, right? We have seen this example. Similarly, I can use here around sys date month from 12. So current month, suppose 17 February. So what we are getting here? 1st February 2008, right? Round says date year. So we're rounding the year here. Complete data, complete period has been round and came to 1st January back. Okay. Truncate, it's same like just rounding the month here. Suppose February, so 1st February, right? Truncate here, the whole months which is there, it will get truncate here. So it is almost same at this and this, right? Yeah. So we understood all these date methods, number methods, and character methods, right? So we'll see some other methods later in the next session. That's all.